No cement we are using, nature things only, just to plug this village as you can see. Yeah? And oh, before you enter this village, you're gonna announce your presence. You have to say, "Eh." Njengoba nangu uyanankuzana nithambatana lapha soyahamba ke. Mchube. So this is the bedroom. Belongs to the first floor. That's her kitchen for cooking food, and that's her kitchen for cooking. Before we're gonna pay or we're gonna take the late person straight to the funeral basis. So it's like emotion. Ngazi bathi titolo mabefika bese late na namhla sebaphinde seba late. Uye uba
My voice is not that deep in it.
All right.
agreed to this one thing. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Do we have classes tonight? No?
I did have you before? You're new, aren't you? Or have you, are you new to this class? I'm sorry, I apologize. Who else is new? Yes.
It was easy.
I am Andreas Dami. I with the community of Mbabane for maybe some years, I don't know.
Right.
Every
Andreas
night
is the tutor.
we come and we are all studying different books. Books 1 through book 7. And now we meet, we sing some songs.
To have her say a speech before we all go, yes.
Gail? Because before everybody goes, I think we ought to have Shana say a little speech.
Not in the next world show.
Justice Holopazi.
Everybody gets
Kuluma.
All right. Not really good at this kind of stuff, especially speaking in large groups.
Have to get practice, you know.
But
You'll be doing this a lot.
You're helping me out. Swaziland, I can't put into words my experience here. It's been hard, it's been fun. I've loved every second of it. Tears, laughter, pain, joy, I've loved it all. And everybody that I've met has become a brother and a sister, a mother and a father. And the people here, you're wonderful. I mean, my brother's only been here for like 2 days and he already feels like he's accepted, and so you can only imagine being here for 9 months, how accepted you feel into this community. And it's going to be extreme culture shock going back home to where I've been growing up for my entire life, and from leaving this place and leaving all of you. But for only a short time, hopefully, I'll come back soon. And if not, we have the next world to chill together.
Let's not wait.
And it'll be soon, I'm sure. But, well, relatively. In at least 100 years, right? Or at the most. And, but I love all of you, and each one of you have made my experience something special, and I'm going to take that back with me, and it's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And you've all helped me become someone better and someone different, and I don't know how to thank you for that, but I hope you know that.
Anybody want to say a speech?
I like to say something, not a speech, but I just like to say something. I mean, I've known Shana for a few months, but it's been interesting these especially the last couple of months or so, in going to different places and seeing the young people of Swaziland, and how she's known all over this place. I mean, the other night we were someplace and they had this all-night thing at the Kayams, and they all were just so much in love with her, and they expressed how much she has meant to all of them. I think the key to that is that she's actually integrated and become a part of people here. You know, she's and whatever all that means, you know, she's just integrated and become a part of that. And when you do that, and that is Baha'i, you know, that we all are. But we have all kinds of things sometimes that prevent us from doing it, but she's been able to do that, and that speaks highly of her own spiritual capacity. And of course, people here immediately respond to such love. And so it's a wonderful example for volunteers who come. And certainly we hope that spirit will become part of the year service program. So personally, I just want to express and thank you for that.
David, you want to say something?
I'm just thinking that I would be very happy if you could convey the love from the friends here back to your home in New York. And Herb and I found out that Shana and her family live in an area of New York, it's north of New York City, which is a very big city, one of the biggest in the world, about 20 million people or 15 million people. And you're living more in a rural part of the city.
Yeah.
But there's still lots of people out.
Yeah, we live, yeah, it's a small town, upstate,
there.
relatively.
And they have a friend who we've known a long time. He was an ex-member of the Universal House of Justice, Mr. Rue, Dr. Rue. And his wife, Meg. And so we send love back to them and from us. And I would like to ask you and your folks maybe if they could tell us a little bit about the Baha'i community in New York. Tell us about our Baha'i brothers over that side of the world. And something about the differences between the communities. Could you share them? And maybe your mom and dad? And your brother too, if he's there. Okay? He's a university graduate now, isn't that true?
Yeah, that's true. No, this day's about Shana.
Jordan had just graduated from university before coming, and he came over to check out his sister's progress in Swaziland. We're very
My
happy.
family in Swaziland.
So could you tell us a little bit about New York? The Baha'is there.
Sure, I can give you my small scope of my impression. I'm not very, well, okay, I am. I know the my Baha'i community, but something that's my Baha'i community is very small. It's very tiny. So something that's different here is just...
Is there 10 people?
10, exactly.
10 exactly. And there's not many youth. And youth, I feel, really brings something special to a community. And there are a lot of strong youth here, a lot of devoted youth. And that's so inspiring for many, many people to come into the faith, to see youth who really are in love with a faith, and in love with something that's driving them. And so that's something that hopefully, wow, I don't know, that can be done. Hopefully when I'm there, we're going to have youth classes more. I mean, it's really, it really shows the difference in the community when there's lacking youth and lacking children, and you know, it's very different. And so that's one thing that, I mean, our community is great. The people there are wonderful, but it's hard when it's smaller. You really have to work hard.
When you go to another country, it's like it brings out a lot more energy in you. And I think you take this back to whatever community you go to. And it revives that community. So like when I got back from Panama, my service, I got back and I was really eager to do some children's classes and some pre classes and stuff. And yeah, so it would be exciting for Shana to come back and help me with that stuff.
You've definitely revived me.
Yeah.
And I'll miss all this singing. They don't sing in America, I'm telling you. I'll miss it. I'll miss it.
Bring it back.
Yeah, I'll sing by myself there. Nobody sings with you. Maybe one day they'll change.
Well, I just want to say, the last few days I've been thinking of the day when Dale brought her from Johannesburg, and she just looked so lost somehow and so tired. And you know, we've had volunteers come and go, but you really broke my heart that night when you closed the door and you were in the bedroom there, and I thought to myself, oh gosh, she looks so lost and tired, and I really will never forget that day. I thought, what can I do? You know what? But boy, by the next morning you were looking much better, and you've been going ever since. And you know, like Charles says, you have really integrated. I mean, you've just gone ahead and taken initiative. Yeah. And I think that that's one thing that I think we can all learn from you, and I think it takes courage. It takes courage to be a Baha'i, to stand up alone against other people, especially with youth, because this is a very important time. But I think you've shown us and other youth too that you can go ahead and move the world, literally, by just having the confidence and the genuine friendship. I think what is very inspiring for us oldies here is to see the youth come and relate to one another with complete sincerity and overcome any barriers. And I think that that is really, really great. And you leave that as a heritage for others, as Charles said, and you must take our love. And thank you for being in our lives. And gosh, the saddest thing for us is that we get to love you guys, and we get to think of you as part of our family. And when you go away, it's really awful. So keep in touch, okay?
I will.
I wasn't going to bluff. Okay, love you. Thank you. Thank you for the
Well, not today.
Today is the day.
Anybody else, but be happy. Don't get all.
Well,
Hili. Utsini.
I can't tell when I'm sad.
Shaka was saying.
Shaka is first.
Not because I was going to tell her on the last day I see her. Not today.
But they were all here.
We're all here now.
What were you going to say?
Give me some wise words, Shaka. Come on.
Shana was she's a very nice person. Since I met her, I used to tell her and Denali that all the volunteers that came to Swaziland, they've been good, but not as good as they were. They were the first guys which I met that were very close to me, and they were like my own sisters, taking care of me. I remember one time, I had all the sadness, outside, but they comforted me and they were so nice to me. And Shana would always come to my house, find out, are you okay? I really miss her, and I think she doesn't deserve to leave Swaziland.
Deserve to leave.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a good way of putting it. Right.
And I hope she'll come back.
Don't be afraid. Siapo.
It's okay, you're not poor.
I'll be keeping in touch with her,
That's
so I'm not losing her forever.
That's right.
That's great.
You're not dying yet.
That's right.
Still around.
It's too much work to do.
And tell other people where you go about the school and
Yeah,
all that, so that we get more friends all over the
Mhm.
place. That's great. And your cousin's coming, so
Yeah, my cousin's coming here too, guys, so
that's good.
just
Where
be
is he?
nice.
Where's he go?
Yes.
She's coming, when? August, next term, the start of next term,
Oh, great.
hopefully. So she'll replace my spirit.
Yeah. And of course, all that you do that is good and worthy and wonderful is
That's
really,
back on me.
it's really a tribute to your parents.
Yeah, oh,
So we really want to thank them for all that she is.
Friends, I think one thing that's important is that we know in agriculture, if you cross one type of maize with another type of maize, you get a hybrid and then you get better things. And Baha'u'llah has told us that we are like the plants of a garden. And the wonderful thing about the unity of mankind is that we have different kinds of plants in one garden. We have red flowers and yellow flowers and tall trees and bushes and everything, and nice grass, and together it makes something more beautiful when we all share together. And so you see now you come over here and you learn about singing. And when we go over to those places, we learn about good things.
Hopefully I'm not learning about too much.
What's that?
Just kidding.
No, it's not your money.
You know, it's important that we as Africans know that we have special things that we can share with the rest of the world, like we share with Shana. And I'm going to ask Dr. Can you please share with us, Charles, what Abdu'l-Baha said about the special attributes of people in Africa? Just briefly, because this is something that's important. And as Baha'is, we just know and take pride in being African people and know that we have certain spiritual gifts and special things. How did Baha'u'llah say that?
Well, you know, just generally, we know that Baha'u'llah came to establish peace on the earth, and that in the writings it tells us that the real peacemakers, that the ones who are going to lead the world spiritually toward this process of peace are black people. So that's their role, that's their station that God has given to them. And so the nest of black people is Africa.
And another virtue we must mention is we have very well-behaved children. We have 2 little girls here who have been sitting very nice and quietly for a long time. I want to congratulate Gloria, your mother, and the girls for being so nice and sitting so quietly and joining us tonight. Thank you. Hey, honey.
I would oftentimes goes out dancing. So the king got married, and Brian, we're so happy to have you and your wife here with us. Christine, here with us, and we've enjoyed so much having your dear daughter Shana. She is a wonderful Baha'i. She's even been my teacher in my book 2 and book 3, as I've been climbing through the books here in Swaziland, and she's been an inspiration for our youth and working here at the school, which we're very proud of. And I can say that we're happy too to hear that you're coming from the land of the Roos in northern New York, and our dear friends that we've known off and on during our Baha'i years of service. We keep crossing paths with them, but we haven't for quite some time. Last time I saw Dr. Rue and May was in Los Angeles in about, I guess about 8 years ago, I think. And I was on fire with a book that I learned to love very, very much by Mr. Matthews, called The Challenge of Baha'u'llah. And I was so happy when I was in that vast audience whom you spoke to in Los Angeles. You said that you felt that that was one of the best books.
You mean Dr. Root said that?
Yes, he did. And I was with my son Roger at the time, who was in Los Angeles with General Electric. And I said, you see, Roger? And after that, Roger read the book. And it's such a wonderful book because it is the proof of Baha'u'llah as a prophet of God, because a prophet is a prophet that prophesizes. And when not very many good prophesying prophets do we have in the world.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about that.
Who prophesies and the prophecies come true. And this is such a wonderful book, you know, Brian. Have you read that one?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know why.
Oh my God.
I know that Dr. Rue loved that one. And, we're so happy to hear that you and Meg are still doing well in upstate New York. And I'm sure the House of Justice is missing you and your wisdom of many years there, but at least you're able to share with the friends in
Right.
the United States now your many fruits. And also, we're very happy to hear that Dwight's son, Denny, is carrying on in your tracks. You did that wonderful work in about Haifa and the gardens and the surroundings in Israel for the coming people that
Visitors, pilgrims?
pilgrims, yes, that we enjoyed. And now Denny Allen, who went over to Haifa and took many, many pictures, he's making a new lovely book. I hope that you'll get that one soon, because it'll warm your heart with the many surroundings that you know so well. Now over to you, Irma.
Hello, Dr. Rue. Hello, Meg. You have been so much in our thoughts and in our prayers, especially so having Brian and Christine and Jordan here with us. As you know, we've had really the blessing of having Shana here as a volunteer, working with the schools, and it's very nice that they were able to come and be here and know a little bit about what she experienced, and then be able to take some of this video back and share it with you. I think you would like what's going on. You always have been such an inspiration to us, and I was telling Brian that I'll never forget when I met Dr. Rue, met you first, and you came to San Antonio. This is
right.
before I was even a Baha'i, and before we came to Africa. And I'll never forget that evening, because you had gone for a medical conference, and you were telling us about some of the terrific breakthroughs, and I was fascinated, having come from biology. And then I was still not a Baha'i, and I remember just how wonderful
You were
and
a Baha'i in your
inspirational
heart.
that evening was. And from then on, we continued to build on those memories. And again, I was telling Brian at the time we went on the international convention, Dwight was coming from the NSA US, and Denny was from Zimbabwe, and Dale and I from Swaziland. And we had dinner with the two of you, do you remember? And that was absolutely a wonderful, another memorable evening. Then when we had our last child, Keith, and we went on pilgrimage, and how you took us out to Rosh Hanikra, and you took us out in your car, and we stopped at a fort, an old fort. I still have some of the old shells, the gun shells that I collected, and some little bits of glass. And you made it come alive for us, and your knowledge of that area, and that was very memorable. And I remember that Keith was a little baby, 1.5 months old, and he did a little stinky poo, and I was a little worried, and you said, go ahead, change him in the car, it's quite all right. And I kept thinking, oh gosh. And you were such good sports. And Meg, you're always so interested in the youth and being concerned about them and looking after them. And now I feel a little bit of what you must have felt, because we're blessed with a lot of volunteers, a lot of young people coming by. And Dale and I are kind of the closest here at from the Baha'i Center, and so many times our house is full of young people, and they have their little queries and their little problems and their little the gifts, and we have the bounty of sharing that. And I know how much that meant to you in Haifa and how much it meant to the youth. So you're an inspiration to me, and please, if you can come at all, or send us a message sometime. We would love to hear from you, and we're glad to know that you are fine, and that, gosh, your service is never ending to the faith, and we just love you very much and wish you always the very, very best. We're here for you. Please stay in touch.
I had heard, Dr. Rue, you're going to be doing some films about the Baha'is, the early days of the faith, or something of that nature. I haven't kept up on that one.
Well,
I don't know quite what you're doing now, but we're excited as Baha'is in a foreign country, and we have been so proud of our folks who were such good friends of you and Meg. And Mom is here. She's buried here in Babani, and we visit her grave. Dad is over in near San Francisco, and we miss him, but they have laid a wonderful foundation as Knights of Baha'u'llah here in Swaziland. And we're very happy because the primary school that we have is the John and Valera Allen Primary School. That was named by, not us, but by the National Spiritual Assembly in their honor. So they have a living tribute, which is filled with about 450 students now, between grade 1 and grade 7.
And speaking of tributes, we have an album when they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. And every now and then I read through some of the letters, good wishes from their friends, and of course yours is there. And I always read it fondly and have happy memories of your association with the folks too. But going back to the schools, Dale mentioned 450 students in the primary school, but then we have a preschool that has about 65 students, and then we have a high school that has about nearly 300 students now. So over that. So we've got almost 900 students in all. And we are a working board. We meet every 2 weeks, and we have the challenge not only of determining the program, but making sure that the buildings are there and making sure that our finances are adequate to run it, and that we come out just right, because we don't want to charge very high so that we can reach the ordinary Swazi and provide excellent education. So we're keeping our fees as low as we can, but we want to make sure that our teachers are paid adequately. And that's quite a challenge, because we're really trying to build schools that the Baha'i community can be proud of, and that will give a very good image of the faith. So far, we've been successful, and there's very good will from the government, the education department towards the school, and the community. And we have a long waiting list of kids that are going to want to come to the primary school. The secondary, we also have a list of students. This is a newer school, and we still need a deputy head, and I think you know the Waits, Dr. Steve Waite and his wife, Ann, which used to be called Sherman. We're very blessed to have them here. And Dr. Charles Bullock from Florida is the head of the primary school. But we're always on the lookout for people who can come, Baha'is who can come and help in a volunteer capacity, or at least give us some service or advice.
Even teachers.
Anything, so keep us in mind.
If we even had administrator type persons who could come out and spend some time, the retirement package of people from the States would go much farther in Swaziland than it would in the United States.
Right. And we do need also to find sources of funds and not only manpower, but also we have been lucky. The Mona Foundation has provided us with lots of computers. We have great computer labs, and we have good science labs. We're now working on our sport facilities. But anyway, you will see it through pictures. I'm sure that Brian will take some pictures and show them to you. We're so glad to have this little link with Brian and Christine and the kids. So thank you very much, and please be assured of our constant love and prayers Always, always. You're very dear to us. God bless you.
Brian, we'd like to ask you to be an ambassador, you and Kathy to be ambassadors for Swaziland and for the
schools.
school. And we're happy to hear that Shana's brother is coming out, or
No, her
sister?
her cousin,
Shana's cousin is
Yeah.
coming out, taking her place for the next year.
Yeah.
And so onward, we have reinforcements. Do you know that, Brian, about, I guess, at least 20 or 25 years ago, when we were in Haifa for the election of the House of Justice for the World Convention, we had conversations, I remember very clearly with you, Dr. Rue, about the preschools that we had started, and you encouraged us greatly.
Yeah.
And we still have about 6, now we have 7 preschools with the new one in Musi.
Yeah.
And that has grown on, and that caused us to get from preschool into primary school, and then the primary school, when the children were graduating, and parents were all very, very happy with the Baha'i education coupled with the normal curriculum, that they encouraged us to go on for high school. And then the National Spiritual Assembly got pulled into a high school, which is another escalation of commitment, because high schools have chemistry, physics, labs, and computer. It's a very expensive operation.
It is. It is.
But this is all really growing out of our original commitment in education. So these are the way things grow in the faith, and we're just so happy that we've had that blessings. You know, Brian, I'm going to tell another story too.
Yeah.
Well, is that all right too? Okay.
Brian's the one that has
You
to
know,
make
Brian,
the film go.
Many, many years ago, when my folks were on the committee for finding pioneers to go for the World Crusade, they were on the committee for the Oceania, or the islands of the Pacific. And there's about maybe a dozen places still open that America had to fill those goals as pioneers. And so our family decided to go pioneering in '53 when Ruhia Khanum came over to the National Convention, and our family was there. And so we got up on the stage and committed ourselves to go pioneering. And then when it came time to go, trying to find the right place, the folks wrote to Leroy Iowas, who was the Secretary General to Ruhia Khanum, to Shirley Kennedy, and said the Allens were going to go pioneering. And so, as my dad was a very successful businessman in San Francisco, he was a soda dealer, a car dealer. And so he said, well, they were going to go to an island out in the Pacific, and the Guardian said, no, he wants the Allens to go to a place where there's an opportunity for business. And he felt that the islands would be too limited. He wanted them to go to Africa. And so, as I look back in the dim past now, it's been a blessing, because we have had the opportunity to go into business. Dad started a motel down in, the first motel in Southern Africa, down in between Cape Town and Johannesburg, and that kept them going, and they spent most of their time working for the faith, but they had that as a business on the side. Then we went into the cannery, and then gone now into steel and wire, and now we're doing something in high protein nutritional foods, which I'd love to talk to you about that one too, because maybe you have some suggestions.
Anyway,
it's been a blessing, because we love to try to create employment now. And it's something that is a bounty, because here we have about 40% unemployment in Swaziland. It's really terrible.
it's difficult.
Creates big problems, but it was the foresight of the Guardian which got us to Swaziland. And now this is carried down, and my son Wayne is taking over business from us, and so it's just it's just a blessing and a confirmation of all along. We love you, and we hope one day to be able to visit the Brian, his family, and you folks in upstate New York, if that's possible. Aloha.
Otherwise, we're going to walk side under. What's up to my mom? Thanks.
Come and join us,
This is the side.
not gonna eat all this. You have to dig it first. You have to dig it first. All right. We don't carry it. Hey. Okay, please. I look like a fatty. Can you just come here? Okay, so we're gonna take a first bite, then you guys have to come on now.
I'm videotaping.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, wait a minute, is that imitating me or something?